is a Snowflake documentation about the pivot clause, pivot query, basically. And as you can see here, there is a limitation already that we can have only one column that we can pivot in this query. And for the record, we have only one column that we could aggregate as well. If you work on other databases like Oracle, you may remember that sometimes they accept multiple columns that you can pivot and multiple columns that you can show as aggregates. It's not the case with Snowflake, but there is always a solution to all this. As usual, open a new SQL worksheet in your Snowflake account, copy and paste the setup SQL file, then just run it here. This will create a new database for this particular challenge with a table, with a customer table that we will populate with some values. And at the end, yes, we will run the given pivot query on this table. So let's just run it first. Okay. As you can see, this is our table. We have three different countries. We have married and single. These are the two possible values for the status column, and the aggregated values are the values from the orders. So that's actually a sum of orders per country and per married status. To add the gender column to all this, you can try it. I tried it as well. There are different other possible solutions with union queries and so on, but none is very simple and none is very elegant as well. So let's have a look at my solution. You'll have to remember that you can actually emulate a pivot query with group by query, something like this. The previous query here, the original query, can be emulated actually with select country sum. And here you have an if else condition case when status is marriage or when status is single. Then orders, okay, you pick up the orders as married as single. If we run this emulated query, as expected, we will get the same result. On this query, it's now easy to actually add a different column this way. Within each condition, we will add the second pivoted column, the gender, yeah, with the different values for gender. And as you can see here, yes, right now we have four different values from all these combinations. But this doesn't change much because, as you can see here, the aggregated column will remain orders. We'll have one single aggregate column. Uh, let's select everything and let's just run it. And here it is, guys. This is our solution. If you look at this, yeah, the granularity is bigger right now because we have to aggregate by two different pivot columns, but we got what we wanted. Back to our pivot query, we can see there is also a limitation for the aggregated column because this takes only one aggregated column. What if, for instance, we want to add also the amount spent for all customers, not just the orders, the total number of orders, but the amount spent. You see, we have here values. This will actually be easy with the same emulated query. As you can see here below, for the initial query, we had just two values, married and single, but I simply duplicated each individual row here. On we show first the orders as before, but then we show the spent, and we combine this into the column name. We say married orders and married spent, single orders and single spent. Let's run this query as well. And here you have it. That's a pivot query with two different aggregated columns.